In today's video, I want to show you what I think are the best exercises for back pain relief. There are 3 specific areas of your body that if you spent more time and attention training and building strength, smarter strength, in these 3 areas, you would see a massive return on your pain relief. Now, I don't want you to just stop with this video in these 3 areas of the body. I want you to go even further and to really put your strategy when it comes to strength and pain relief on steroids. I want you to maximize your results. And to do that, I wanna share my free guide. It's called the Pain-Free Training Guide. Super simple, you can download it, you can keep it forever, it's yours free. And I walk you through the exact steps and how you should structure your workout in a sense of chronic pain, whether you are a post-surgery warrior, fusion, discectomy, laminectomy, whatever you may have had, or you have a herniation, disc bulge, or a ruptured disc like I had, it doesn't matter. Take this guide, learn how to train smarter in the gym, and watch how much of a difference you're gonna experience in your pain. The first muscle group are the glutes. Now, I'm not a huge fan of just isolating the glutes, but it's a great way to get started when it comes to building strength in this area and kind of waking these muscles up. Now, I don't believe in things like glute amnesia or that your butt cheeks just stop working. I don't believe that that is true. What I have come to believe in my own, practice in building strength and getting people out of pain is it's more about a connection. It's more about the neural drive between movement, exercise, and the muscle you're trying to work. The first glute exercise that I think is a great addition to any program are the monster walks. You can do these in a variety of different ways. You can get these bands that you see around my knees here from pretty much anywhere. They're very inexpensive. Make sure you grab one that actually can, or grab a pack that has different resistance levels so you can kind of obviously progress and make things harder. But the basic form of the monster walk is just the side monster walk, right? You have the band right above the knee. You're kind of keeping a space in your legs at all times. You're not bringing them together. You want to keep a constant contraction. You're almost thinking of this as an endurance type of exercise, not like a rep and then rest, rep and rest. But what you're doing is you have the band around your knees and you're gonna do, let's say 10 to 15 side walks, to your right or to your left, whichever direction you wanna start with. Now, the second exercise I like to incorporate for the glutes are the bench supported hip thrust holds. Now, we're not doing reps here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong when you're doing reps. We're not gonna go into that today. What I want you to focus more on now is endurance, is actually contracting the glutes and holding them in a really good position, making sure you're not overextended, you're not scooping your pelvis. A lot of times you see people when you're doing reps, they're scooping their butt under to kind of get that lift. They're trying to overextend, thinking that overextension is going to help them. But let's keep it very, very simple. What you're gonna do is put your back on a bench. You're going to contract the glutes first at the bottom of the exercise, and then from there you're going to raise slowly, contracting the glutes and making sure that your hips and your glutes are the dominant movers in this exercise. When you get to the top, instead of losing that low back and extending excessively, you're gonna keep your abs on, your ribs are down, and you're going to squeeze the glutes as hard as you can and hold them at the top for 7 to 12 seconds. Love this exercise. It's a great endurance-based exercise that anybody can do. Now, the second area of the body that I think would bring you tons of value to target more is the abs, the core. Now, what I want to kind of take you away from is just traditional style core training. Yes, neutral spine work is really good. Yes, removing sit-ups and twisting is a really good strategy, but I want you to think more about dynamic core exercises. So what exercises can you do that involve the entire body, but also put a strong emphasis on the core? The first dynamic core exercise I think people should do more of is the single arm deadlift. Now, I know you're like, deadlifts equal disc explosions. It's not true, okay? You have to build up your threshold, build up your tolerance to certain weights in this position. But if you can do a basic hip hinge and you feel comfortable doing that, I encourage you to grab some level of weight, start light on one side of the body and do some version of the deadlift. Now, if going all the way down to the ground is kind of a scary or a pain-provoking exercise for you, then start higher up. Very simple. Grab a chair, grab a bench, put the weight on top of the bench, and just start very, very slow. It's not about how many reps you do, It's more about the quality of what you're doing. So if you want to think more endurance, like holding a good deadlift position with the kettlebell in your hand, you can do that. Hold a hinged position with a kettlebell or a weight in your hand. Hold it for 30 seconds, see how it feels. Switch sides, do it again. If you wanna go for reps, you can do the exact same thing. Now you're just going slow and focusing more on reps. Either way, don't worry about going super heavy. We're worrying about stability, endurance in the core. That is our main focus, not building a stronger deadlift. The second dynamic core exercise is probably more of a familiar core exercise. I like to add a twist to it. It's the side plank with a leg raise. This is a great hip dominant core exercise. So yes, you're doing the side plank and getting all the goodness from what side planks can bring, but you're also adding in some really isolated hip work. So you're targeting the glutes yet again. This is gonna build endurance in the trunk, it's gonna build strength and stability and endurance in the hips, and you're kind of doing more than one thing with one exercise, which is good. Simply get on your side, making sure that you are in a good position, not kind of slouching or any kind of a weird position getting into the exercise. Go into your side plank. You can start on your knees or go full side plank with your feet, and you're simply going to raise one leg, the top leg, up. You can hold it for 7 seconds at a time, go 7 seconds up, 7 seconds down. You can hold it all the way up. If you're not used to doing this exercise, holding the exercise or holding the leg up will actually be pretty difficult. So I suggest when you're starting out to break it up. Go for a few seconds, rest, go for a few seconds, rest, all while holding the side plank. The third and final area of the body that I think you should spend more time strengthening is the hamstrings. Two specific exercises I think you should do more of that are great back-friendly versions of hamstring exercises. One is the skateboard hamstring curl. Love this exercise, a very smooth, isolated hamstring exercise that you can do on the ground, at home. Most people with kids, and even adults, they've got a skateboard laying around. Pull it out, get on the ground, put your feet on the skateboard, and you're simply going to isolate the glutes, keep the hips nice and tight, the abs on, the ribs down, and you're focusing primarily on contracting the hamstrings. You're squeezing your hamstrings and you're dragging your heels using the skateboard towards your butt. I just like it, it feels really good. It's a good stretch and a good activation of the hamstrings. The second hamstring exercise I think you should do more of is the straight leg deadlift, okay? I'm a huge fan of any kind of hip hinging work. It's paramount to any kind of recovery or just overall strength building program. A lot of people fear the deadlift, fear kind of bending over with weight. But what I like about this is if you're doing it well, the hips are going back, the weight is evenly distributed between your legs, you have your legs wide enough, you can change this up a lot of different ways and still really hit the hamstrings. Either way, focus on the butt going back, the weight being evenly distributed between your legs, and you're gonna feel very balanced doing this exercise. If you have low back pain doing this and you feel off balance, like you're falling forward, odds are your butt is not going back far enough and the weight is too far forward. Pull it back, almost as if you're going to fall backwards. You wanna find that happy medium between falling back and then also staying really balanced. And once you find that, you're gonna notice how much of your hips and hamstrings get loaded with this weight instead of your low back. It's a really fun exercise. Try it out, start light, but I promise you if you do it and do it well, you're gonna like the results. That is the 3 areas of the body that I think if you spend more time and attention doing, you're gonna discover that those really are the best exercises for chronic back pain relief. If done well, done smart, and done efficiently, you can see really cool results. Don't forget, if you are starting out in the gym or if you're trying to figure out why your workouts are causing more pain and you really just want to find something that's gonna help you kind of navigate the gym and navigate your workout and do it better, go to fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. It's a free guide. It covers everything you need to structure and build out the perfect workout for any kind of low back history, whether it be surgery or non-surgical issues. You just have chronic back pain, your workouts are now causing more pain. Grab that free guide, fitnessforbackpain.com/pain-free training. It's gonna change your life.